One of the cool things that I've seen you do is the PBL unit where they design an HBCU. How did your students respond to that?
Oh my God, they love it. Now you talk about something that gives me gray hair. I remember we did at Condesi, first school after leaving, going to the charter system, pre-coding with culture. And we did a Thanksgiving camp with the organization that came down. And that was all hands-on. So the kids, they had a series of sessions, but I wasn't even really privy to Minecraft for education or any of that yet. So it was like they designed a brand. They had to do a model. I think we built physical model campuses because they were with us all day. And then that transitioned into the Minecraft. So even when I look at that, I'm like, wow, I was so basic. One thing I realized is the joy hasn't changed. And the kids, that is one of the units. And I love that it's so many people's favorite units because I think that is when my kids, despite the technology tools, you really get to see the importance. But I think that, again, we talk about building that, your why and growing in the moment. Why I realized it was bigger than just computer science. Notice in any of that, now coding was a part of each of those. They, designed a website. The first time was in Google Sites, so maybe not too much coding, but that year I did Scratch. So they had to design like a very basic campus tour. Computer science has always been a vehicle. The more comfortable I got with it as a teacher to be able to give them that skill, but they were always going through the design process. They were always modulating abstractions. What are the things that we need to do to make this project even doable? So I love that project. And I would say there is actually a core of coding with culture. That would be it.
Victor, I think this is going to be your legacy when it's all said and done.
So. Let's speak that into existence. Listen, because I got bills to pay, Joe.
All right, Victor, I picked 3 things I love and respect about you. And for the audience, let's recap it. Entrepreneurship, you're passionate about STEM and computer science, and of course, HBCUs. But what do you want those watching and listening to know about you that hasn't been said here today?
The real passion behind Coach Hicks and the thing that connects the stepping and the computer science is really wanting people to look differently at how we speak or how we educate Black and brown children, and giving them the benefit of the doubt or not even just the respect of being able to make decisions. I don't understand. I've never understood the purpose behind a completely quiet learning environment because they're kids. How many times are we absolutely 100% quiet? We need them to be able to be in a space where they're not penalized for things. I think we look at kids, in theory, one of the most frustrating things is hearing the studies behind the kinesthetic, the theories behind moving or learning with music. And then in some of these schools, Black and brown children are penalized for some of those same behaviors. And again, being very intentional about educating in diverse spaces, that is the why behind Coach Hicks. That is the thing that I'm most passionate about. I think the reason a lot of it falls short because people are afraid to say what needs to be said.
Let's put it in the universe. How can people contact you, not just in Atlanta, not just in America, but all over the world, for Coach Hicks to come and work with the kids, to come and keynote, to come and do coaching? How can they contact you?
We are Coding with Culture at every platform. So codingwithculture.com, Facebook, all the socials. We are Coding with Culture. I am Victor Hicks on LinkedIn.
And that will be in the show notes. To all my folks out there listening, all my superintendents, all my directors, please hire Victor.
Thank you for listening to the Lifelong Learning Defined podcast with George Valenzuela.